Let's do it.
You see what I'm doing? Yeah. No. Just Macy's. Oh.
KD is still in makeup, everybody. He'll be joining us shortly. He's got to get his foundation right. How y'all doing this evening? Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. A good time, good time. Yeah. good time tonight. A good time, good time. He's out of makeup. He's out of makeup. He's out of makeup.
I hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was listening to you live, telling them people I was in makeup.
Hey, well, you know, you got to get pretty for the camera.
First of all, don't believe that. First of all, don't believe that, audience. I was having a production meeting. You know what I mean? But no. It's between the hours of 10 and 10:30.
On the East Coast.
On the East Coast. And I didn't say 30. I said 30. It's the difference between 30 and 30. But nevertheless, if you know that's what time it is and you are here tuning in at this time, it must be time for the No Jazz Show. I want to welcome everybody to SHOW. I am your host, KD. And of course, the man you all heard in the background doing his impression of James Earl Jones, telling me I was in makeup. It's my boy Tank. Tell everybody how you doing, Tank. And people tell them.
Hey, what's up, people? What's up? Yeah, I'm ready to get into it.
Ready to get into it. Exactly. And so let me just put this on and let everyone know that this is the No Jazz Show. You can find us live on all platforms, on YouTube at No Jazz Show. We're on Facebook on my page, DUPONTZNIVEK. We're also on the Locker Room live. We're also on Russell Tanker's page, RUSSELLTANKER. Live. Twitch live, Riverside.FM live. TikTok also, live. Also what?
Also on our show page on Facebook, No Jazz, NOJASS.
He put the link up on the show page on NOJASS, and Huge Electronics Store live, and our alternate No Jazz Show page live. We are live, which we want to welcome everyone for joining us Tuesday, March 3rd. And unless you've been living under a rock, bombs over Baghdad.
Unfortunately,
is the theme song for this past week. Now, but before we get into that, I just want to make sure that you all like, comment, subscribe, share. Let all your friends know. Hit us up on the email at NOJASSHOW@gmail. It's one S missing in that, so keep that in mind. At gmail.com. You know, Google's been around for a long time. At gmail.com with any types of comments you all may have. And remember, also our sponsors. Never forget our sponsors. Make sure you order all your food and all your delivery needs. It's getting springtime, and as taxes have come in, so you got a little extra money. You know what I'm saying? But I know you're going to argue with me about that extra money because that gas went up.
Man, don't mention that.
The gas did go up. But for those of you who want to drive to go get something to eat or don't want to drive to go get something to eat because the gas went up, make sure you order at lytesnack.com. And when you order those foods from lightsnack.com, make sure you order those Magic City wings. And don't forget their motto. Don't forget to lick the sauce. And as you're ordering wings for your special someone may either go out the house or come in the house. Make sure you send her to QUIKVISITS, quickvisits.com. for all of her loungewear needs. And with gas prices being high, I don't know if this is going to affect anybody, but to my fellas out there, just be careful because our hair still may need to get done. So make sure you go to Bliss Brazilian for all your hair needs. You can find all of that on Shopify and TikTok Shop. And BlissBrazilian.com will be coming soon. Now, you got anything you want to say, Mr. Tank?
Yeah, I want to throw something out there before we get into it. You mentioned this, the light snack, the quick visits, getting stuff for your woman and getting the hair. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a IG model, ex-stripper, Fashion Nova spokeswoman and all that, named Aisha Diaz, who made waves last week, saying that, and I want to make sure it's in proper context because a lot of people have been talking and going off on it, but not having heard the entire interview or taken everything or listened to what she said. She said that she doesn't mind working, but she said if she's with a man and he doesn't want her to work, he needs to be able to give her $50,000 a month to take care of her business, as far as taking care. She mentioned her rental properties, and maybe something might need. She said the air filter might need change, and she said it wasn't just for hair and nails. She said it was also to keep up the maintenance and upkeep of paying the rent, the mortgage for her house, and also she talked about needing money to put aside in case things didn't work out. So still, in essence, this woman is saying if you get with her and don't want her to work, it's going to cost you $600,000 a year. I'm sorry, I ain't come across any yet that was worth $600,000. My thing was, okay, not just that, but okay, you saying for your rental properties, if you're renting them out, shouldn't that be taking care of the mortgages on those? So why are you even mentioning those needing to be the rent, the mortgage needing to be paid on those? Are these homes empty? Or are you undercharging or what? And what kind of lifestyle do you have that really where your expenses are coming up to $50,000 a month?
Okay.
What would you? I mean, if that's what her lifestyle is, so be it. But I mean, apparently there have been some athletes and maybe some rappers who took up on that briefly, because she's not presently off the market. So apparently that $600,000 at the age of now 35 is, they don't look at her as being worth that. What's your thoughts on that? Because I just don't see it for anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this in the line of sports. First of all, you gave her a disclaimer as if to say, please understand what she really meant.
No, yeah, I said that as far as because
the whole interview.
Yeah, because people say, "Oh, she said you got to give her $50,000 a month to be with her," but she said if you didn't want her to work, that's what she would expected you to be able to give up. So I did want to make sure that was, people had that part of the conversation.
All right, so when I heard that, I hold on. Does she make $600,000 a year herself? That's the first question.
Yeah. That I don't know, but she said those. She says
she work for NASA. Is she some kind of aeronautical engineer? Does she work for? Is she like a head mechanic? Is she an NFL coach, NBA coach? Is she a college coach? Is she a head mechanic for Formula One, NASCAR? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to see what job a man is that she has that's making $600,000 a year to make it say, if I'm not willing to work, because you're saying, when you say that, even in the context that Tank attempted to clean up for you, when you say that, you're saying you're pulling me away from my $600,000 or better job. Because if you are making $80,000, $100,000 a year, you can't just say you took $100,000 from me,
Right.
so you owe me. You know what? I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want to say. And this is usually the math that a lot of women have. But I want to say this. Women want to say that they are talking to men that are dogs, but it's really the women that are dogs. And the dog in them stands for delusions of grandeur, because she's delusional.
Mhm.
She's delusional. I don't even think she has $50,000 worth of expenses to be calculating $600,000 a year. Now, here's what I do believe. I do believe if I break down that $50,000 a month, I am going to end up at about 12, 5, 12, a little under 12, something like that a week. And so what has happened is one of her suitors has came out the gate,
Mhm.
and in 2 weeks of attempting to gather her attention, they've given her about 24, 25 grand. I think they have. I think somebody poured into her 25 grand on the quick tip, and it has her believing in that instant, oh, because she's giving it up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're just putting a price on it. And each suitor, you know what I'm saying? And let's not forget, it said that Bow Wow got it for free. So Bow Wow is the one that set the price on the market. And every dude she got with, oh, that's such and such. Because I think she has the baby from Bow Wow, the kid from Bow Wow. Is that the one with the kid from Bow Wow?
No,
Oh, that's
not
the
her.
gangster.
You think about somebody else? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't want to put it on.
but I think that also, like she mentioned, she wants to have enough also to to save in case things don't work out. So,
And
like you
that's
saying,
where she get
yeah,
that from. She
yeah.
get
So
that
you
from
saying that
2
12?
weeks.
You saying that 12.5? The rest of that is, hey, I don't want to put this aside for a rainy day in case he decide after 3 months he don't want to be bothered with me.
Or 2 weeks, or 3 good
Yeah,
hits. And that's what it is.
yeah.
It's what it is. Like somebody
Mhm.
pouring into her, because everyone does it, even on the small scale. And that's where a lot of women get it confused.
Mhm.
Every dude has had a great. I think every man, single or with a woman, has three good weekends a year where he don't care about BMFing. Like he had a night, he had a weekend. I'm about to blow this money fast, and I don't care where it went. And women can get the benefit of that sometimes,
Yeah.
and they peel off. You know what I'm saying? The downside of that is they get on Facebook telling you how this man lied to her, and he did this and he did that. No, he was just in one of those moments, 3 months out of the year, and it goes in rotation. So you might meet a lot of guys that's having that great
The
3
great
times.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those the great three times a year in successive months.
In successive months. And if you outside all the time, your opportunity at meeting him is greater.
Mhm.
You know, and this is not me talking about the ladies of the nightlife or the dancers, but it's like they always have this. Oh, I had this one night where I made $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
You really believe that's going to happen next week? It's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That
Mhm.
$25,000 weekend is gonna hit that one weekend, and you're not gonna see it again for 4 months. You're gonna see 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 500, 0. So over those 4 months, let me help you ladies with math. Over those 4 months, when you add it all together, that's how you get the average, and that's what you should be putting out there on the internet. We understand that math passed you by probably around the 10th grade, and you don't think like that. We get it. Now let me tell you what also helps you out, because we're gonna get back to football. And I'm gonna start with this because Aisha Diaz, I'm glad you said all that. Because what I'm gonna do is you're needing $600,000 a year, and I'm willing. You can hit me up on the email. I'm willing to franchise tag you for 50,000. Now you can sign. You know what I'm saying? You can sign a deal, and what that 50,000 is a year. So you're gonna get what am I looking at? 4,800 a month for me.
And if her attitude not right, she might just get the transition tag.
Now you might tell yourself you ain't coming to OTAs. You might sit out. You know what I'm saying? But what you're gonna end up doing is you're putting yourself in a position to get one of them soft tissue injuries, and ain't nobody gonna want you. And then you're gonna be out for the season, and then on your next year, you got to deal with trying to get that same type of money with an injury.
Uh-huh.
You know, so that's what I'm willing to do. How much would you? You looked at him. How much you willing to franchise Tiger for?
I'm looking because listen to her mindset or whatnot, and
That's a cap situation.
Yeah, the mindset, and also knowing that there's a lot of plastic in there. I'm talking 25 max.
Ain't you willing?
Because every so often, and it might be that year that 1 year that I tag her might be the year that she needs upkeep, because they got to get that stuff. They got to go back under the knife to get stuff touched up. So
now we got to deal with that.
Yeah.
See, I have top-notch facilities, so you might be able to get into like a cryo chamber to make it last a little while longer.
Yeah, some red light therapy.
Straight up. And anybody that want to come to my camp, you get 50 grand, you get $4,800 a month allowance, and that's on the franchise tag. That's what I'm willing to give, sign or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the transition tag because
you're gonna do the transition tag
because you might not be worth it, and if somebody else come with some more, I might be willing to part ways with you.
Now, you know what, Aisha, I'm gonna tell you like this: depending upon your height and your productivity, I might do you like the Arizona Cardinals did Kyler Murray and release you. So getting into sports, Kyler Murray has been released by the Arizona Cardinals. Woo! Where do you think? I got a good idea, and I heard it from a friend. Well, I read a friend say, and I was thinking the same thing. Where do you think Kyler Murray is going to end up?
There's a few knocks on him. One is He's only 5'9". And they stretch it to 5'10". So he already has issues being able to find the passing lanes. He doesn't, obviously, like they've said, because they had to put it in his last contract, he doesn't put enough time in the film room to understand and studying the game plan and the opposition, and it shows up on the field. He's only helped lead the team to the playoffs once. He has a lot of soft tissue injuries as far as pulls and strains. A team that I could see him ending up, because this team happens to make bad decisions with quarterbacks, I could see him ending up with the Jets. Maybe you bring him into Minnesota because you want to, because they want to see what they got with JJ, but they at the same time they want to have somebody else there. Murray is a veteran, so he does have some familiarity of how to with the being a pro, even though he might not have been a great one. And his athleticism will put some pressure on McCarthy to stay healthy and to learn how to play the position. But I don't see Kyler Murray being a starter anywhere, a long-term solution for anybody. I hate this. I hate to look at it and bring his height up, but his height is a disadvantage, especially when you don't play quarterback. He's he can move around, he can run, but he just overmatched physically in every aspect. I mean, he's got speed, but I mean, he's not I don't see him as a starter anywhere. I see him as a gadget player or someone who, okay, we got a veteran backup in case somebody gets hurt. I don't see him being a starter anywhere. So I see him with the Jets, the Vikings, and before Tomlin left, I would have seen him possibly going to Pittsburgh, because I could see Tomlin wanting to take a chance and see what he can get out of him. But I don't think he's a starter. I don't think he's a starter.
I'll tell you where I see him. It's my theory. 28 years old. I think every NFL team is going to look at everything you said as far as soft tissue injuries, all the injuries he's had, and the willingness at his pay rate to have him on a roster, taking up a spot where he may not have the head, the maturity, or the wherewithal to be a backup. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't, and maybe he has, but I haven't seen any level of mental progression in him that tells me I'm professional enough to take a back seat at 28 years old to the next man. Because, and I'm gonna get into somebody else about that too, or the next new guy coming up. But so I said all that to say this: at 28 years old, by the age of 29, I think I see him going to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he may be one of those that takes the last few years of his physical capabilities and tries to revamp that on a baseball field. And there's a possibility some Major League Baseball team may play with that for marketing purposes, sell some tickets. So, and I'm saying all that to say, I can't give you teams at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like we spoke on this a few months ago. The new regime the new regime of NFL quarterback has arrived. Let me see who do you think? Josh Allen, Lamar, like they're the elder statesmen. The survivors may be Trevor Lawrence per se, but by the 2027 draft, find yourself some new heroes because the shift is on. And Baker Mayfield may last into that. By 2029, I think Dak gonna be gone. You know what I mean? Like the shift is on, and a lot of these quarterbacks for whom you thought would be at the peak, taking over the regime, Kyler Murray being who you thought as high as he was picked, done. We're about to see if oh man, Cleveland.
Yeah, they got some work to do. I mean, my thing with Murray is what coach out there who needs a quarterback is really willing to put themselves on the line for him.
See,
because if he flames out, and I mentioned the Jets because the Jets just do dumb stuff, but he flames out, Aaron Glenn could be gone with him after a year.
Who's willing to take that? You got a history of an attitude. You could be, and it's nothing against Cam. I'm just talking about the situation. But you could be like one of those, well, I'm just gonna sit here off a roster, still in good shape, and wait on a phone call.
It ain't coming.
Even though
he hasn't shown enough.
Political issues behind what my man with the protests? Colin Kaepernick. And political issues behind him, but from a professional standpoint, he was sitting up waiting on a phone call, waiting on somebody to be injured. Cam had reality hit him when Phillip Rivers got called over him. So what I'm saying is, like, I think he may be on the outside looking in at a situation like that, and he may not get that phone call. I think if the Cleveland Browns, golly, man, he hadn't played in a year. And
Deshaun
Watson.
Deshaun could wind up being Cleveland's starter if he's back.
If he comes back, OTA train. If he doesn't, he might be the first in that guard of, I'll just wait on my phone call. The shift has arrived. We're here. And are you gonna be willing to fill the shoes, be Teddy Bridgewater when you need to be? So the shift is here. So Kyler Murray, I wish you best, but like I said, I think I'm looking at baseball.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, especially if they see that he can still do whatever it is he did playing baseball to make him special.
Exactly. 28 is not old. For a two-a-day. Not old. You just got to get your back reps back. May have that by 29, 30, so who knows? Now, since we're on franchise tags, let's talk about George Pickens. Well, no. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, who used their franchise tag on George Pickens. Yet George Pickens, that's what a lot of people need. Let's understand. When somebody says we're franchise tagging a player, the player still has to sign it.
Right.
Keep that in mind. The player still has to sign it. and he hadn't signed it yet. He hadn't signed a tender on it. I'm definitely they say the negotiations are, not going. I don't necessarily say not going very well, but they're just not going the way in which a lot of people thought they would, at this point in the season, because we are now a month and about 20 days away from the draft.
Yep. And what is it? Next week, the 11th, free agency starts.
Free agency starts next week. Keep that in mind. And the rule is he can't, if he signs it, he can't see what's out there in free agency. But if he does sign it.
If he doesn't sign it, well, if he gets the franchise tag, that means that anybody can make an offer for him. Make an offer, and Dallas will receive first-round draft picks, 2 first-round picks for him if they don't match the offer. And I don't think that Dallas is. I don't think he's going to stay. I don't think he's going to sign that tender. I think he's going to hold out and wait until the offseason, till OTAs get started, still saying, "Oh, I'm not signing. I'm not signing." I don't think it's going to be a Le'Veon Bell situation, but I do think that there's going to be some negotiations and they come up with a deal. Because if you got, he makes their offense better. There's no doubt about it. Why would you take away one of your weapons unnecessarily because you don't want to pay him what he proved to be worth last year? You already got your running back signed. You didn't have to pay him, but $16 million guaranteed, 8 years, $8 million over $8 million a year for 3 years. So that's taken care of. Dak is taken care of. Lamb is taken care of. You got the draft picks to shore up your defense. And they're reworking contracts, so they will have the money to sign Pickens, because he's gonna say, "Hey, I need 30." He's gonna say, "I need 30 or more. I need to be the highest or second highest paid receiver in the league." And
my God,
I'm sure that's what he's gonna do. Hey, I'm still young. I don't have an injury history. You saw what I could do. And JSN still wants to be the highest paid receiver too. So they might be looking at each other to see who gets what.
And historically, 2 things. Dallas does not get out in front of these conversations. They historically have not done it. They historically have not done it having this level of draft picks in the next 2 drafts when this happens too. So I'm going to give them a little bit of leeway on that.
And plus, Jerry likes to be in the off season. He likes to be on the front page. So, man, I'm going to go ahead and sign him, but I'm going to wait until close to the last minute, because this will keep us out there on the people talking about us the whole off season.
And the issue I was getting at with that is, let's say Seattle does with their due diligence and they sign JSN to some crazy money.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to push Pickens' negotiation up there instead of where it could be now.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because Dallas is probably saying, we'll push you to the level of CD's check, but you're not going to get CD's check.
Right.
But when JSN signs, they probably going to sign him over CD.
Yeah.
As
he's
a one.
He's going to want something similar, even though he's going to say, you've only had 1 year of this productivity. He can say, the reason I've only had 1 year of this productivity is because I hadn't had a quarterback in the previous years.
So go get another quarterback. See,
yeah.
And that's the thing too. Dallas might be sitting in the back. Who's looking to sign him? Oh, that's not a good quarterback. Oh, that's not a good quarterback. So we might be in good standing because he understands that he's banking all of this on a quarterback.
Yeah, and then he said, "Wait a minute, I could go to the Raiders, but what am I? If I go to the Raiders, I'm playing
You have
with
a brand new quarterback.
a rookie quarterback. We don't know how good he's going to be. We don't know what the offense is going to look like. Is that offense tailor made to what I do best? And do I really feel like going through a year or two worth of growing pains with this young kid?
Do I really feel like sharing the offense with a running back in his second year? And it always is a running back that allows a quarterback to grow faster and mature faster. So Genty is going to be a high percentage of that offense. I might not be getting the ball, and now you got a possibility of an impatient diva wide receiver making a lot of money.
AJ Brown,
back and forth with your rookie quarterback.
AJ Brown, that type of situation, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that situation resolves itself.
I'm telling you, consistency is the key. If you're not gonna sign it, free agents, please get the boy out of get him out of the way. Yeah. Get him out of the way and let's get the pick in so we can replace the pick with another wide receiver. Because the picks we got now, Dallas has now, should be for defense. The whole draft need to be defense, period. The problem with that is, now I'm talking as a Dallas fan. The problem with that is, you couldn't come to me with that. You couldn't come to me, and I know Pickens is innocent in this situation, but you couldn't come to me saying I had a productive season. No, we went 7-9, homie. 7-10. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
What we did was we gambled that we could at least make the playoffs being offense heavy.
And didn't work.
And the reason we were offense heavy is because all our money is over at the offense. So we sacrificed our defense for the offense. So now you're asking us to put ourselves in position again to sacrifice, because free agency opens up for everybody. Meaning, are the Cowboys still looking to get a bona fide, already veteran pass rusher to help out them 2D tackles that they have? So now you can get some help on the back end, So yeah. I'm not sold on you. I'm not sold on you saying, oh, no, don't come at me. And I like Pickens, but don't come at me with all that ESPN hype and the highlight type. Oh, he did this, he did that. Nah, that was 7-10. If all those yards didn't translate into anything other than 7-10, and I don't give a damn about what y'all over there, y'all picking in it, don't know football, telling somebody they don't know football, Cowboys fans. The defense did this, the defense did that. Guess what? If the defense would have gotten the Cowboys to the playoffs, and they won one game in the playoffs, George Pickens will still be franchise tag, and he'll still be arguing about what money he needs. Because now you're looking at it like we really don't need.
Yeah, we don't need you. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious as to see how it's going to be resolved, and also, what they're going to do with all these picks to see if they can balance it out, because you hurt yourself if you let a legitimate number one go, but you hurt yourself also if you sign a legitimate number one to kind of money that kind of handicaps you as well.
And you hurt yourself if you don't sign him early enough to get him in the OTA.
Yeah.
If he come to the OTAs, I'm gonna give him what he wants. Because now you're showing me, I'm not coming in and signing, trying to sit out, dealing with what we said. Everybody know what happens. Everybody, don't judge the helmet and don't use history. The data shows you sit them OTAs out, they sign that money. Soft tissue injury.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. You do a cut wrong, you break that ACL. Let's not forget, Cowboy fans. Jerry tried his best to. It's not that situation, but let's be real. Jerry tried his best to fix the miss on Randy Moss, and guess who he signed? Joey Galloway. Gave away 2006 picks. You know who one of them 2006 picks was? Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
I mean, 1998. Yeah.
Jerry.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. I think also that's part of the reason still, because it's still in his crawl about what he did with Moss.
Yeah.
Is why he signed Lamb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget. And Joey Galloway tears his ACL. First game of the season. Don't come back. He was supposed to help Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman, he finally come back. Troy Aikman gone the next year. So let's not play this game. Let's not play this game. Because it's risky, to say the least. Now, sticking with, did the combine, did it reveal any guys that are worth picking? How you say? And did it reveal any guy that might have improved their stock? Of course it did.
Yeah, I mean, it always does.
It always does.
And there's going to be somebody who benefits from it because of what they did in the 40 and what they did in some other drills. And it's still not going to, and history shows us oftentimes it doesn't translate to the NFL, even though you look good in shorts and tank top. What is his name? I can't remember his name now, but the quarterback out of Kansas. I think he could. It's a possibility. He sneaks into the first 2 rounds and it ends up as being this year's Anthony Richardson because he ran a 4.3. I don't give a freaky deaky about my quarterback running the 4.3.
Oh, you mean Mr.
Yeah, and the 46-inch vertical and all that. I don't need all that. I need you to be able to throw the ball where it needs to be on time inside the receiver's catch radius, throwing him open, being able to read the defense, being able to audible when you need to, being able to use your legs judiciously and not just taking off because you can't figure out what's going on. The kid is a project. Great numbers. No, that looks great, but nobody was thinking or talking about him before the combine. But
Taylor Green.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I understand. I understand the sensitivity behind it, but I also remember that, was it Matt Jones?
Yeah.
That got asked to move to wide receiver?
Yeah.
This young man, 6'6", 227, 5 more pounds, 10 more pounds. That's a tight end, baby.
But then the thing about it, people always say about moving guys.
They say when they're black. They say when they're black.
Yeah. But it's the mentality and also your ability. Can you do that? Are you actually in a position where you can take licks going across the middle? Can you go and block are you willing to go and make blocks? Are you willing to do all the other stuff? Because as a quarterback, you're not worrying about blocking. You're not worrying about going across the middle. You're getting hit, but you're also protected as well. Are you ready to? Is your mindset that you can be unprotected and be getting the hammer laid down on you? So I mean, everybody. I mean, you can be a football player and an athlete, or one or the other, but everybody can switch to a different position and excel at it.
And everybody
Mac
can't play
Jones,
quarterback. Like
and everybody can't play quarterback.
Arkansas,
Yeah,
3-11.
yeah,
That was their record this year. Three.
yeah. So you can't. I mean,
playing much quarterback.
Yeah, it's not a good quarterback draft at all this year. At all. Everybody was talking last year, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a better one next year.
2027, I think that's the one.
Yeah, it's just as bad as it was last year.
It's bad.
And next year might be just as bad also, because everybody's thinking, okay, next year is the year that Arch Manning is gonna show us that he's a real Manning. He and this, I don't mean this as a shot, but he's Cooper's son. And Cooper didn't make it to the NFL. We know why. So it's not. I'm not saying he didn't have the ability, but he's Cooper's son. He doesn't have the exact same gene pool as Eli and Peyton. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but I was interested in seeing with Jeremiah Love what he was going to time in the 40, and he I think his 40 time probably solidified
4.37, right?
Yeah, him going in the first round, because you had to see, okay, how fast is he? And we saw him, but I said this before when he was in the running for the Heisman, and I said his numbers were not the kind of numbers that you usually associate with the best back coming out of college and the elite backs coming out of college. Because, I mean, he had 1,300 yards. And I'm not saying that's nothing, but when you're used to seeing 16, 17, 1,800 out of like the elite backs coming out, the 13 it didn't jump out at me. Not saying that he can't play, but
when you say,
I got
a question. I want you, because I know what you're about to say, but I want to ask you this before you, because we're talking about stock rolls. Where was his stock prior to? Like, was he second round?
He was first round, but I think not. He elevated himself to. I think they'd already said he was a top rated back coming out, and they would expect him to go in the first round. But now I think he's moved up to the top 10.
Oh, okay.
Some have said, and
top
possibly 10. top 5 or top 6, because you saw last year Genty went 5th overall. I don't think Jeremiah is gonna go below. I don't think he'll last past the 7th pick, because he looks like a franchise back. And if you get a team that doesn't have a quarterback, or that has a young quarterback, or a team that just doesn't have a running game, and you got the opportunity to get one, you go out and get it. Because I do think I expect him to be productive as a pro. It's been a while since Notre Dame had a running back who came out and really, and separated himself. And I think this might be the year that they have that. So I think he rose a little, and he also solidified himself, because people still talk crazy if you talk about drafting a running back in the first round. Oh, you can get one in the 3rd and the 4th. No, but you don't necessarily get an elite game changing running back in those late drafts, in those late rounds, unless you luck up.
In the sneak up, I think Tennessee, that's the 4th pick. I think Tennessee gets Cam some protection or somebody to throw to. I really believe that. Then I'm gonna stay with what you said. New York, I think they like what they they're doing with Scatterbo and their quarterback. So I don't see that. Now, Cleveland, if you're willing to go with, let's just Shador,
Mhm.
a young running back. Who do they have back there? They don't have no help.
They got a guy who will be a third tier back. I can't remember his name now.
Right.
But they don't have anybody special.
So now I start, okay. I think he could use Jeremiah Love if they say, okay, if they use the theory of best pick. Not need, but best pick. If they use that theory, sixth pick,
An
Jaden
impact player.
Daniels.
But they just need a lot.
They need a lot. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Daniels coming in for Washington. Who's he have helping him out back there? See, I'm talking
Nobody of note. Nobody
of note. 8th pick, New Orleans. They need a quarterback.
I think Tyler Shuck is their guy.
Okay. And I think they tired of what's going on with my boy, Gold Cleats.
Also, you gotta remember New Orleans still owns the rights to David Carr, who's been talking about coming out of retirement. So they could trade if he comes out of retirement, they can trade him somewhere and get a pick. So, he's got, Carr has trade value.
Now here's the tricky one. Because I'm just saying not getting past 10.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the tricky one. This would be the best situation for him, but they have not done very well with the speedy back game. Like Andy Reid hadn't found him another Shady McCoy. And Kansas City.
Man, that would be perfect. That would be perfect.
That would be where you needed to be. It's just when you have that guy, it don't, because his speed with what they want to get out of their guys translates. I could use his speed and offset it with some outside routes, and then look at me trying to be an OC. But I can still get me a big receiver, because that's what they don't have. They got them little lightweights. Get me a big target, and I can do that.
He would fit well there, and the weather's not going to bother him because he played in South Bend for a few years. So that would be
the pick. 9th for me.
Cincinnati. I think Bieniemy would love him too.
I think Bieniemy would like that. Cincinnati, they got a back, right?
He ain't special, but they got a back. They need defense. They need defense. Cincinnati.
Yeah. They're going to be the one.
They
even
if
they're not going to play around with that. They're going to play around with that. And so
they're going to be looking for Hendricks's replacement.
Exactly. So he need to go if he's moved up top 9. Now, what do you think the Styles boy did, Sonny Styles?
They both did great, but when you're talking about, are you talking about the linebacker or the receiver? I get which one I give him.
I think his brother. I think his brother's 2nd round, 3rd round. So we talking about Lorenzo Styles Jr. 2nd round, 3rd round.
Yeah,
his brother is the one that they're talking about.
Yeah. Now, this was a fact. The thing that stood out to me is this was the fastest overall group in the combine history. Everybody, the only position group that wasn't the fastest that they've ever had was quarterback, and they were 2nd or 3rd fastest. I mean, the defensive lineman, the average speed from defensive lineman was 4.8. So I mean, you got guys coming out, the DBs, receivers, and also the running back, the tail, everybody's flying. I mean, everybody is flying. I think Styles is going. I think Styles. It all depends on where he ends up.
I want you to go back. I want you to take what you said. Go back 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go back 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the draft. Historically, and you've been following sports, there was always at least one or two names that promoted the draft.
Yeah.
No, not the one that came out of nowhere. I'm talking about the ones that promoted the draft. The marquee names.
This one didn't have any. This one didn't have any.
So you believe this one didn't have any, right?
Yeah, there wasn't.
Mendoza being the number one. That's kind of
because he wasn't as far as the combine, because he wasn't participating. So there weren't any like huge names that, man, I just got to see him. There were people you might have been curious about, but you knew who anybody that you were curious about. You already know, well, he's not going to do this. He's not going to run. He's not going to lift. He's not going to throw. So I mean, there was no big sexy names in this one.
See, next year when wide receiver out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
When he come out,
yeah,
the name gonna be buzzing. Probably gonna have a quarterback in there buzzing. Probably gonna have a defensive guy. This draft had no name, and that's why I'm not getting caught up in all them numbers, because I believe every agent of those kids and every school of those kids said nobody's talking about y'all, and them boys got into that combine training and built themselves into some combine machines. That's why I'm not getting caught up in them numbers.
Yeah,
they had
to come out and work. Yeah,
they had to come out and work.
Because how many? I mean, there was Mendoza. I know Avion Terrell. He didn't run. He's gonna run in this combine. I mean, it's his pro day. But how many big names, or how many people besides Mendoza can you think of who weren't in the combine that you're saying, man, I sure do wish I could see him, or man, what about so and so?
I probably would have been. We probably would have been, because they were on that bracket. But even and this is me, maybe not, but Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, if they would have went further in the national championship, maybe they would have created a buzz that Mendoza created. But even Mesidor Bain, the name kind of diminished. Like this draft didn't have an impact marquee.
Yeah. And and part of that might have to be with because I looked at who was it? Russell Maryland's son. He was running. He was there. He played three colleges. The thing that stood out to me the most was watching all these guys, and you see them, all of them got 2 and 3 colleges.
On their I haven't had any consistency with you.
Yeah, like, wait a minute, you were here for a year, for 2 years, then you went here for a year, then you went. What do we really have? Okay, you played well this last year, but this 1 year that you played well, your senior year, your junior year, you're coming out. Is that who you are, or is it those 3 previous years that you were?
So you walk around here with a whole lot of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah. Or those previous 3 years at those 3 different schools, is that you? Or this last year at this school, is that you? I mean, this goes back to they need to do something about all this damn transfer portal and all this, because these guys, and we looked at Carson Beck.
Even Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
He had a name, but he came from Alabama, right?
Right. Then you look at Carson Beck. he's in at the combine, but the guys who he came out of high school with his recruiting class, they're all in their third year in the NFL.
And they third year in the NFL, his name diminished. You know, like it's one of those. So I didn't buy into all of the graphics and the hype of, oh, they did this and they ran that. No, you guys got with those coaches, as you should. You got those technique coaches, and you got those time down, and you got your little jumping ability up. Oh, I'm not no.
Yeah, I like the not for football, just to see how fast the guy is. I like the 40, but I know that, but I don't look at, oh, he ran this in the 40, so he's gonna be able to play. I don't do that. I just like to see how fast the guy is. But as far as saying, oh, since he ran this, yeah, but because he ran this, I know he's gonna be able to play. No, they don't mean nothing. And how fast are you gonna be with those pads on? I was listening to, who was it? The Honey Badger. They were talking, he didn't have a great time. He had a 4.5. And it was like, hey man, but for whatever reason, you're always on whoever it is, you're where you're supposed to be all the time. Why is that? And he said, I gotta have something to hunt. He said, running against the clock, not doing it.
I can't hunt the clock.
Yeah, I gotta have something to hunt. If I know I got to be here following this guy, making sure he doesn't catch the ball, that's where I'm going. That's what I can get there. But just running against the clock doesn't do anything for me.
And 4.5 is not slow.
Yeah. It's just funny how 4.5 used to be considered, man, he really got some wheels. And now, all these years later, now it's looked at as, man, you borderline.
And they need to stop that, because somebody need to do the science and the data on 4.2, and I'm saying wide receiver. No, I'm saying your skill position, wide receiver and DB. I guarantee you, if somebody did the data between 4.2 and 4.6 on the football field, who gets out of their breaks better, who reads defense better, who runs the better routes, that speed don't be translating into the game.
Yeah, that translates when it's unimpeded, straight down the field.
Unimpeded, straight down.
When you don't have to do, when you're not doing any moves. But
that translates on a fortnight in the summer every 4 years.
Yeah, but it was this, like, again, like I said, this combine I watched because that's what we got to do, but I didn't watch because I was waiting to see all these people.
No.
And then, one guy who might be hurt by it is your boy Bane, because his arms weren't as long as they thought they were, which is funny to me because, and a lot of people say, well, what it means is on. When you talk about long arms on a player, we aren't talking about the average person of their height and their arm length. We're talking about
NFL player.
Yeah, NFL player. We're talking about athletes, because and I always say this, whenever I talk to athletes, I'll ask them, what is your freakish ability? What is your freak factor? Because every professional athlete, I don't care who it is, he might be on the bench. There's something freakish about him. Something. It could be something mentally. It could be fast twitch. It could be you're fearless. It could be your football IQ is such that you process faster than anybody else. That's why you can get to where you need to be quicker, faster than your speed says you should. And I think Bane, his arms, for somebody who they look at his arms are small or aren't as long as they thought. Everybody else walking around his height might have the same length arms. They're saying, wait a minute, we thought his arms would be an extra 2 or 3 inches longer, because that's what's going to help him be able to hook and get away from offensive linemen who are reach blocking him. And now, if his arms not being as long, he might have to take the James Harrison route. James' arms weren't longer than anybody's. He came in, got up under you, and will hook under and spring shot himself past you. So Bane might have to just use different techniques. I don't think
they didn't even invite Debo to the combine.
Yeah,
remember that.
So I think Bane is just gonna use another technique to get the job done. If he's gonna make it in the NFL now, I don't know. But I think he just find another technique to get things done. So it's always funny they find something. But coming up, the draft is coming up next month. So all of these things all these good things that we got about these players that came out, now it's going to start picking them apart. Well, he got a lazy eye, so we're not sure if he's going to be able to play right now. That's when they start picking everybody apart. Mendoza is going to get picked apart all of a sudden. Well, I'm not really. You look at his yardage. I don't think he's really got that strong of an arm. They just they pick everybody apart. So, over analysis by analysis.
And just make sure you all follow and subscribe on YouTube at NOJASSSHOW. And we are currently live on DUPONTZNIVEK. Also, the locker room. Also, RUSSELL. Lady Love, Tanker. Follow his page for the link. And also the group page, No Jazz Show. Live on Twitch, live on Facebook, Huge Electronic Store, and the alternate No Jazz Show, as well as TikTok. Now, closing with the Bane situation. I think the long arms thing probably came out because he came across somebody that couldn't believe he was doing what he was doing at his side. And so that's the part right there that you gotta take into consideration. Oh, I thought your arms had to be if you doing that, because that's usually the effectiveness that somebody with this length arms does. So now you gotta. So Mr. Bane, don't pay any that any mind. And let's keep this in mind too. They don't run the ball as much anymore. It's a passing league. E.g., and it wasn't a passing league when he was playing, but E.g. Dwight Freeney, Aaron Donald, Debo. So basically what it is the longer the arms of your 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" lineman, the time it takes for him to come up out of his stance, shuffle, get up to be ready to block you, your shorter arms are already in his chest, impact, spin, I'm out of here. So, and you're not going to play Orlando Pace every weekend.
Right.
You're going to get your number. Yeah. You're not going to play Jonathan Ogden every weekend.
And again, so, it all comes down to who you get drafted by.
Who you get drafted by.
What scheme they put you in, and how do they put you in a position best to succeed.
That's it. Now I think little buddy got a motor. And I would love to see the length of Minnesota back in the days.
Randall.
I want to see Randall's arms. And I'm not even holding this as a handicap. All I'm saying is you figure out one-on-one how to defeat your man. Just like your man gonna figure out how to defeat you. Even in Street Fighter, E. Honda was down there with that arm out. Hey, that thing used to say, finish him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get arm out there, E. Honda. All you want to. Now, hold on. Because I keep losing my situation with the thing. Oh, we gotta talk about that, man. But we're gonna get to this. Henry Ruggs is eligible for parole in August of this year. He wants to play in the NFL again. Should he be allowed to, or did he blow his chance? He's 27 years old and been training in prison.
I'll say this. There's two precedents
Fix my wife.
for that. Leonard Little, back with the Rams 20 years ago, had a situation, unfortunately, and killed someone in vehicular homicide. You also got Dante Stallworth, vehicular homicide, a vehicular manslaughter, came back and played. They both came back to play in the NFL. So I don't think that he shouldn't be allowed to resume his career if someone is willing to take it, give him a chance. I think ultimately it comes down to, okay, he's paid his price, he's paid his penance to society. He's done his time. He's gone through his counseling or whatnot. And if someone is willing to take a chance and give him the opportunity, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's all about second chances. I mean, I'm not saying that he should be guaranteed a spot, but if a team is willing to take a chance and is going to take and willing to take the bad press that will come with it, because you always got some activist group or some rights group who's going to protest anytime somebody gets a chance to resume their career. More power to him. But the thing, it's like, oh, he shouldn't get I've seen some already. Oh, he shouldn't get a chance to play again. He blew it. That's the NFL is a opportunity. It's not a right. Yeah, but if he was getting out of jail, if he was getting out of prison, and he'd been working in the dry cleaners, would you have an issue with him getting out of jail and going back to work at the dry cleaners after he did commit the same crime? No, you wouldn't. It's the fact that it's a high profile and he will have an opportunity to be making 7 figures a year. That's why people have an issue. That's what a lot of people have an issue with. I want you to get out. I want you to go on and be productive, but I don't want you to make that kind of money. I want you to go and live a regular life and try to get by on 45, 50,000 a year. I don't have an issue with him being able to go back out and play and getting the opportunity to resume his career. Like I said, there's two guys previously, Leonard Little and Dante Stallworth, who had the same thing happen, and they were able to play. They were allowed to play again. And I don't think that the NFL as a whole or any particular teams that are interested in him should let the outside noise dictate whether or not they should give this man the opportunity to continue to pursue his dream. I mean, it was tragic what happened. Nobody's making light of that, but what else do you want him to do? Truthfully, what else would you want him to do that's gonna make you feel good? That, he's a janitor now. Good, he should be a janitor because of what he did. No, if he's able to go out there and make a living, and there's a market for his special skill set, let him take advantage of it. He's talked about being remorseful. He's gone through his therapy and his counseling and all of that. He's shown remorse. He's apologized to the family. Let him go ahead and continue to make a living whichever way he's able to. If it's in the NFL, so be it. If it's in the CFL, so be it. But I don't think it's one of those situations where he committed this type of crime, so he should never be able to play again. So yeah, I don't have an issue with him having the opportunity to resume his career if an NFL team is willing to let him. And if Goodell Castro decides, okay, I'm gonna reinstate you.
And I wouldn't know the I should say the criteria or what they would expect from him, because I don't know if he's gonna be, you know, totally free once he's released, or will he be
But
out on
he'll
parole?
he'll still be on probation.
Still be on probation. Now,
Yeah.
I say all that to say one of the requirements of probation is to find yourself a job.
Right.
So, for those of you who may have something to say about him trying to get on a team and a team allowing him to be on their squad for a trial, give him some OTA money, whatever the case, just some entry level money, which still is 6 figures, 7. And he probably is not broke because he did play for a little while, signed. It might have been some fines or whatever. Who knows what the situation is?
Well,
But
he got sued. He got
got
sued
the civil-
civilly, so
right.
that took his money.
So hopefully they close that out where they can't be double dipping.
Mhm.
But I don't knock a man, especially at his age, and anyone would, especially when they used to give out the trades in prison. When you come out, you go try to find your job and your skill set. Like
Yeah.
it's just what it is,
Mhm.
And he probably has all of 5 years left to utilize that skill set if he maximizes it as far as age is concerned before, just age catches up with him, just like anybody else
Yeah.
around 32, 33. You pushing it 34, 35, you really had to be doing your thing. But nevertheless, and then I also believe that the NFL, I won't necessarily use the word owes, but I think they owe themselves, not the players. The NFL owes themselves. And it's another one of those things. If y'all take this idea, please give me my credit for it. The NFL owes themselves the opportunity to have a level of a rehabilitation program where you want this young man, you monitor him and you see what he's doing, you see an interview, but you want this young man in your league at rookie symposiums talking to these youths and who about to make a bunch of money. Hey man, let me tell you the story of how you can have it today, and in the blink of an eye, it's gone. And you one of our peers talking to me about it. You ain't the elder statesman. Oh, that happened to you. That won't happen to me. Look at how easy it is to get mad at your girl for being flirted with by an NBA player and go crash your Lamborghini. He need to come out, do his time. Well, I'm not wishing time on it, but if you have something, you need to come out and go speak to other players, because this is not, you need those players in order to be the means to an end, because it's not ending anytime soon. There's always one or two. Man, you don't want to do that. Come on, dog. You need that player talking to those guys, because just like the elder statesmen say, y'all making so much money, y'all don't listen to me.
Right.
So maybe you'll listen to somebody about
You
5
made more
years.
than you made more than your contract is worth more than I've made my entire 10-year career.
My entire team. So all I listen to. So maybe my a dude who like the same music. Oh, you relate to that NBA young boy and you ain't playing with it? Like the coach be dancing off beat to the new stuff. No, them boys know it. I play it in the car. So maybe you can relate to him about his life choices that can, just like that.
Yeah.
Just like Bo Jackson said. Bo Jackson said, you can't, well, he said something like, you can't do nothing about God's plan. People always asking me about my career. God put these slow bumps in your way. And I don't care how fast your car is, how your car perform. When you get to a slow bump, you're going to slow down and go over that bump. My hip injury was just a bump in my life, but it wasn't the end of the road. So I think, and I'm sorry if I misquoted you, Bo, but I know you said something like that. The point I'm trying to make is, he definitely deserves more of a chance, especially than the moral police telling him, oh, you shouldn't be getting that chance because you make money in millions. That's just the nature of the industry that they're in. But I think the NFL should definitely, before they get in their 40s and start talking about it. I think a lot of guys, even in yesteryear, I think it would have been a great thing for, and he did in his own little way. When you get in trouble, like Irvin, when you get in trouble, Dexter Manley, when you couldn't read, come back and talk to them boys. You're not the only one. You're not the only one snorting powder. You're not the only one that can't read, and you know it. Who was that talking about? Somebody had a speech impediment in the meetings. Like everybody.
Shoot, now I can't remember now. But I saw that. Concepcion, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I tell you, somebody
you gonna fix that speech pattern. Money gonna fix it. You're gonna get the right people. Yeah.
And he said that he said, hey, I've had this all my life. He said that doesn't mean that I can't do it. I can't understand or can't do anything. It has nothing to do with my intelligence. And he said he wants to be a voice for others who stutter. But he can also say, and two people who could probably talk to him, older, he probably doesn't. He probably only knows one. He only know one. But Bo Jackson had a terrible problem. Lester Hayes had a terrible problem. And if you go into acting, James Earl Jones had a terrible problem. I mean, so he could, he could go and wind up talking next year, going back to the symposium and talking to guys saying, hey, if you got something that you're dealing with.
Even Ryan Clark had a little situation. It was subject verb agreement, and I look how eloquent he is. I think he mentioned he had a little. I ain't say too much back then because I ain't want So, hey, family, embrace him. He made a mistake. It was costly, but Henry Rugg made a mistake. Anybody could make, because all of them get them high cars and all them high fast cars, and it sits so low. You want that girl to be sitting in that bucket seat with that skirt on, and you see the little peak, and you want the engine to rev, because he get up to get it
right. He made a terrible decision. He's paid for it. He's paid for it, not figuratively and literally. And now if he's able to if he's able to get his life back by doing what he always wanted to do, I have no issue with it.
Because you're either gonna make a mistake and pay Aisha Diaz $600,000 a year, or you're gonna crash in the car and pay somebody $600,000 in a civil suit. But either way, when you 20 to 25, look at my main man, Detroit.
Yeah, Terry Arnold.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. If he went and got the guys who got him, and now they reporting, hey, he did to us what he did. He came and got his stuff back from us that we stole from him, so we want to press charges. This what part of the game is that?
You know what part of the game that is? That's the same thing sent OJ to prison.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
OJ went back and got his
Yeah.
memorabilia.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Y'all know what
crazy.
y'all be doing to people, man. Y'all know what y'all be doing to people, man. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I think the young man go back to work to your skill set. Let the people who gonna have something to say have something to say.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Those people always have something to say. That's
Right.
just who they are. You want to talk about that David Montgomery trade? It's not me asking you. It's like I don't too much care for that other team in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. If Texas or the Texans going to utilize him the same way or better than the Lions did, and if this is also the Lions saying, "Hey, we in a rebuild." It's kind of they had a heck of a 1-2 punch. Now Gibbs is going to be the 1 and the 2, and also if Gibbs puts up those kind of numbers again, even better.
Woo! Fast strike, baby.
And I think that's what's coming up also. Okay, Gibbs is going to be coming up on his 5th-year option. We're going to have to pay him. We're going to have to get rid of Montgomery.
Wait, how much does he weigh?
Gibbs?
Yeah.
What is like 210?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 180, 190s.
No, he got some weight on him.
He got some weight.
And he doesn't give you a good shot at him. You don't get a good shot on him.
Right.
But Montgomery.
Bad Gibbs.
Yeah. Now Montgomery, if he continues to do what he's done and does better, the person who's gonna benefit the most from it, who should anyway, is CJ Stroud. Because CJ particularly, man, CJ got to do better, man.
Man. Everybody needs that protection, bro. People don't understand.
A good running back is a quarterback's best friend.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. That is like when they took away, not trying to change the subject too much, but when they took away the run game for the passing game and they left quarterbacks out there on that island by themselves. You know what? Contemporary perspective. I know Philadelphia had a great defense. And I know Philadelphia had made it to the Super Bowl prior to Saquon Barkley being there. But the protection that Saquon, and I'm not talking about blocking. I'm talking about the protection of play calling that a defense has to deal with when you know you got a running back that you got to think about.
Yeah.
Y'all remember how a lot of people don't forget how terrible, I ain't gonna say terrible, but the growing pains, that's a better word. A lot of people forget the growing pains Peyton Manning had to go through that Falk helped him with.
Yeah. And he said Falk helped him call plays and point out protections and point out everything because Falk studied the game like a quarterback. He knew what everybody was supposed to be doing. And he could help Peyton check out a bad play calls. I mean, if you got a running back with that kind of intelligence and dedication to the game, it's gonna only help your not just your quarterback, it's gonna help your offense. It's nothing wrong with having an extra set of eyes back there. Hey man, you need to check. What? Check. So you need 43 coming on the blitz. But he's not close enough to blitz. 43 coming on the blitz. Check out of that. And I mean, you got to do that. If you got a running back who's capable of doing that, you get them and you keep them. And I think Montgomery is going to be a big help to that offense. And
in that way.
Yeah. because the receivers they got, no, they're buying Nick Collins. We have to see how he comes out, if he returns worth anything. But you got to be able to run the ball. They couldn't run the ball this past year. They had a running back on that, Nick Chubb, with his 40, 50-year-old knees, was not the answer. I mean, it's nice that he was able to come back again, but Nick Chubb was not the answer for that running game. You need somebody who's going to be able to be in there 3 downs, and get things going for you. And so I think it was a good pickup for them, and it was a good pickup. It was a good release or trade for the Lions, because they know that coming up, Gibbs is going to need to get his money.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I believe. That's what that's about. Look, we're not gonna be able to keep Sonic and Hedgehog together. Sonic and whatever. We're not gonna be able to keep those two together because Gibbs is gonna need his money. Gibbs is young. Pay him his money. We're gonna sign him to a 3-4 year deal and let him run. And that's another thing. And like I said, last year, the year before, I said, I'm glad to see there's a return. The running backs are finally coming back. Now I think the money needs to go up because who is not Brees Hall, the Seahawks, they let what I'm talking about, man. Why am I drawing a blank?
Who that?
Kenny Walker. They let Kenny Walker, letting him go. Yeah, letting him go.
He done took up two episodes in 2 weeks, and we forgetting his name.
Yeah, pay that man his money. Whoever comes,
Kenneth Scott Walker.
Yeah, they're saying, hey, he's gonna need $15 million. That man, 23 years old. You can pay him $15 million for the next 4 years. He'll be 27. You still got an opportunity to sign to another 3 or 4 year deal after that.
Absolutely.
Get it. So I think it's gonna be a mistake. It's gonna be a mistake for for Seattle. It's gonna be a mistake for Donald. It's gonna be, and ultimately it's gonna be a mistake for JSN. But JSN finna get paid too.
JSN gonna get his money. He ain't gonna realize probably game 7. the impact of a play out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that. Now, I just want to let everybody know. Thank you to all of the I think we got about 5 early in the week, and we just had about 4 that I just noticed on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to the show, and all our new subscribers. I do appreciate what you've done.
Thank you, people.
As we grow, you know what I'm saying? That's a nice little number we shooting up there, and I definitely manifest 10 million more very soon. But at any rate, I just want to make sure you follow and subscribe to us on YouTube at NOJASSSHOW, No Jazz Show. We are currently live on all of those Facebook platforms that we mentioned. Live on the Locker Room, live on Russell Tanker's page, live on my personal page, live on HugeElectronics.com, live on the No Jazz Show Facebook page, and the alternate No Jazz Show Phantom page that we have. I got a live link on there too. So we are definitely doing that. Now, I said all that to talk about that. And let's get to it. The Atlanta Hawks have decided. Now, I like the whole wordplay. I get that. The Atlanta Hawks have decided as a marketing tool to have Magic City Night. It's going to be on Monday.
Yes, it's on the 16th, whatever day that's on.
Hold on, let me see. Because Magic don't want to lose that business unless he's doing it at the stadium. It's going to be on Monday. If you all have not visited Atlanta, what we're talking about is the Magic City Strip Club. And everyone knows it because
What-
you
what
get
they
out
do
of that
shoe
Greyhound
modeling.
station, you look across the street, you see the little lady.
You can see them.
Not that I
You can see the
frequent
shoe
there.
models.
The shoe models, yeah, the shoe models, the shoe models, and it's home of Lou Williams Wings. Not to be confused with the Magic City Wings, but it is partnered up. Hey, Magic, what's up? We need to do that. We need to do that. But nevertheless, they have Magic City Night,
And
which is
it's
gonna be on
sold
Magic
out too.
City Monday. You
It's
know, I'm
sold
tell you
out.
something, man. It's probably gonna be sold out. But you know what? It took them. I'm gonna say this, man, because a lot of people don't want a lot of people want to give me my props. It took them about 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 3 years, maybe even more than that, maybe about 5, for them to read that email that I sent. I told them, and I told when they were renovating Miami Stadium, Landshark, or whatever they call it now, y'all need to have one of them suites be a strip club and a barbershop. I sent that in an email. I said, because there were pastimes for those cities. I sent that in an email. I don't know if they read it, but I think it got to somebody. Nevertheless, they're having Magic City Monday, and if you've never been to a real Magic City Monday, it's an event. It is an extravaganza, and I've been in Magic City Monday when the paper was flowing, and the ones came up to my shin, and I'm 5'10". I'm telling you, boy, hey, I've been in there.
Yeah,
Situation.
it's a marketing bonanza, and I tell you,
Woo.
I don't know what day the Magic will be getting into town, but there's a possibility they might will not be on basketball that night, especially if they get in town. If the coaches are smart, they'll get them in town on on Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
because if they there for the weekend, it's a wrap.
Here's the thing. The game is on Monday, which is Magic City Monday, which is the hot night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Magic schedule is on the 17th and the 18th. That's the problem. It's the games after that because NBA has no curfew. So they can it's some people trying to sign with the Magic between now and the 16th.
Yeah. I mean, it's but seriously, but as far outside the marketing, as far as for the NBA and for the Hawks themselves, more so for the NBA, do you think it's a bad look because for them basically saying, hey, we got a strip club night. We're honoring, as they say, an Atlanta institution. But for the rest of the country that doesn't know, hey, why they having a night honoring a strip club? What kind of mess is that for the NBA? It's supposed to be wholesome family entertainment. What are they gonna have? They're gonna have poles out in the middle at their halftime. They're gonna have. Is it gonna be like a Luke concert during at halftime? You know what?
No going to that game that night.
What kind of things are they going to be doing that correlate to giving this illustrious shoe modeling establishment a night for NBA or a night during an NBA game, which is going to be televised?
Let me tell you something.
There's one guy with
Go ahead.
The Spurs, what's his name? Corns Learns. He's come out and said that he doesn't think that that they should be doing. He doesn't think the Hawks should be doing. He doesn't think that the NBA should be allowing it because he said it's not, positive representation for the NBA. He's the only person I've heard from the athlete that I've heard come out and speak against it. I think most of the players, they're looking at it as, man, that's funny. That's neat. That's funny. I don't think they're thinking too much into it. I
I saw
think
the
really.
sweatshirt. I saw the sweatshirt.
Uh,
You know what? Let me brief you on something. And I know I think with the exception of the Braves, because now you know why which audience start going out to Truist Park.
yeah.
And they let that urban audience have Mercedes Benz
Mhm.
and Phillips. They did. We know it. Well, let's be real. The players have always this might be nothing against Magic City, nothing against Magic, the owner, and nothing against the club itself. My beef with this is with the Atlanta Hawks people who came up with this, because you are openly telling the world why y'all can't get no free agents, no big time free agents to come to Atlanta. You openly telling them this is why no one with a big name can come to Atlanta and put us over the top. No, I don't want to come to Atlanta because all my shoe lovers
Mhm.
are there. No, I don't want to come play for the Hawks because all my shoe lovers are going to want to sit on the front row and get me in trouble with my wife. They know what's going on here. And yes, it happens in every city. But the truth of the matter
But
is, this is the off-season playground for all of
Mhm.
those guys who would rather go play in San Antonio than come play
Yeah.
here for 82 games. The Atlanta Falcons need to be the first one saying, "What are y'all doing?"
And do you think it's ironic or is it just bad timing that they're doing this during Women's History Month?
Bad timing, because I guarantee you, whoever came up with this idea didn't think it was Women's History Month. They probably said, "Oh, it's Black Music Month. We can play that." You know, they didn't. No, whoever did this didn't think. This is 2 Chainz said it. We'll never get a championship here of any kind except for the Braves because we can't get top-notch free agents to come here because this is their playground. You telling them, I ain't saying it happened in Magic City, but it's the ideology, that it's the visual. You know how many of them chicks gonna come out there? Oh, and you
Yeah, it's gonna be.
better believe I'm riding through Monday night. I'm talking all this noise, but I know where they gonna be.
Yeah, and like I said, the game is already sold out. And the fact that it is
it's gonna be $150. It's probably gonna be $150, $200 to get in the Magic City that night.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Everybody's gonna be at the game, and then they're going right down the street. And that $20-$30 parking probably going up to $50. You know, it's kind of like in the one sense, it's a win-win for both. It's a win-win for
It's a win-win for the
Phillips,
moment.
and it's a win-win for Magic City for that night.
Yeah.
So
I'm not mad. I'm not. But in the long run, Atlanta sports, this is why y'all can't. And I hope somebody records this. Y'all put your focus on, and you go get you something this year. But the truth of the matter is, this is the reason. This is the reason you can't focus.
Yeah, because I remember, I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was a few basketball players who said that they used to, when they would come in town to play, they would hang out with the Hawks players, and they would lose that first game because they would take them to Magic City the night before the game, and hey, they just didn't play well the next day. So, you know, I I just find it fascinating that they actually did it, and
So,
it's one of them things.
what we gonna have next? Strokers Tuesdays.
That's I wouldn't be surprised.
What's
I
the
would not be surprised.
what's the yellow one? Blue. Well, no, we're gonna have Blue Flame Wednesdays.
You might have Blue Flame. You might have is the Cheetah still open?
Cheetah.
That's
Well,
going.
Cheetah still open. Cheetah's open.
Yeah.
Cheetah's open.
No, for the more elegant, refined people.
Right. More elegant, refined ones. Because that is literally right down the street.
Yeah.
I need to find that name. West Palms. Oh, Claremont Lounge.
Oh no, we
Pinups
don't need
Friday.
that.
Pinups. Well, yeah. Pinups Friday. Like what's going on, man?
Yeah. We don't need Claremont Lounge. That stripper who's been there, who's like 80-some years old, she's probably
For the
still
veterans,
there.
for the coaches, for the older coaches.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody need. Yeah, man, that lady was working there when I was in high school. She was
Shout out
old
to the
in.
chat. Shout out to the chat. I pin up. Yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
don't give out all the names because like I don't know them like that. I think I probably been all of them though.
Yeah, it might bring a nostalgia night, bring back Eddie Tease.
See, now see here we go. Hold on.
Yeah, give him a moment.
Will Ludacris be performing P Poppin'? Will Nelly be performing Tip Drill Monday night? Hey, come on now. I need to know. Are they on the bill?
Will White Chocolate be making a
will White Chocolate be making?
We should make a return just for the heck of it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Will they do the credit card move in the middle of the court? We need to know.
Oh man, I'm sure they'll keep it all above board, but it could. But it's one of those things that could spiral into a hot mess in a minute if they don't keep it. They are going to be kids there, so I'm sure they're going to rein it in. It sounds a whole lot. I think the whole thing sounds a whole lot worse than it actually is. So, I don't expect to see polls at halftime.
I wonder who was in that meeting. Orlando Magic coming on Monday night. That'd be cool to have Magic City. Oh Lord, do you know what the Magic Kingdom? Come on now, we're not. That's a mouse, not a rat. What are you talking about? That's a mouse, not a hood rat.
That's gonna be interesting.
Woo! But like I said, man, cool concept, bad idea, terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
You're exposing yourself. You're definitely exposing. You're exposing yourself, boy. Whoa. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because not only will former athletes be coming out to Magic City Monday on the 16th, but it's gonna bring out all the rappers and the actors. I'm telling you, that thing gonna be celebrity popping. B levels. And it makes me bring this question to you, kind of like hit refresh moment.
Okay.
Who is your favorite any sport? Most happens in football. Athlete turned actor. Who's your favorite?
favorite.
And you know what? I'm gonna let you push this one a little bit because are you talking about professional athlete? Like they used to play it on a professional level?
I'm gonna say, well, collegiate also, because some guys didn't. Some
Okay.
guys didn't.
Okay.
So my favorite, and this is probably because he's got the biggest catalog also. So that has to do with it. For me, I would have to say it's probably The Rock. Because of his because he's got the biggest catalog, and he's shown enough range to be able to do some things that you wouldn't think that he would be able to do. And it's so like he does well in comedy because his overall appearance doesn't come across as, oh, this is gonna be a funny dude, but he did well in with Kevin Hart in, what is it, CIA or Comforted with the Confidential or whatever it was with Kevin Hart. He did well with that. So I would say it would be him, and after that after that it'd be Carl Weathers.
Okay, cool. I'm going to see because it's hard for me to hate on him. It's hard for me to hate on him because he's from the U. Dwayne Rock Johnson, former wrestler. But that's a good one. Because I didn't know which sport you were talking about, wrestling or football. That's why you went to college, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But also, this isn't saying that this isn't me saying that he's the best actor out of anybody who's changed.
Well,
I'm just saying he's my favorite. Yeah, because it's catalog. And Carl Weathers did his thing also. So yeah.
I'm going to see your Rock catalog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw you off a little bit. Because numerically, he might have him beat, but I'm not sure. But I know he ain't got him beat on the catalog as far as better movies. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilder.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Schwarzenegger was a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Athlete.
He definitely.
Before he went to the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm just gonna ask you, because you're a movie buff.
Mm-hmm.
What does The Rock have better than Predator? I'm gonna stay at Predator. See, this might be one of them. Predator or
I'll tell you what was two that was good that he did. They aren't the same genre because Predator, of course, is action movie. And I think because of what he had to do, because he wasn't a super character hero or anything. Gridiron Gang is one, and also Snitch.
All right, since you want to go there, because we talking about the two greatest action heroes before. Well, he didn't play sports, but like this Clint Eastwood, John Wayne, them.
Mm.
So, did you like Twins?
Yeah.
You like Twins. You like Twins.
Yeah.
Like we talking about the range now. We talking about the range. Cause we know let's be real. We know The Rock didn't make anything like Cyborg one.
Yeah.
He ain't on that. He didn't go there. Rock down there. Rock hanging out with Conan.
I think he's above Conan. I mean, he's done.
Schwarzenegger was
I
good,
mean,
but
his Fast and Furious stuff has been good. The character he's played.
we can't give him that because that was already gone now.
Yeah, but they brought him in though. But he's in there. You got to give him credit for what he did in Fast and Furious. And as far as, hey, it was crazy. It was over the edge, over the top. It was nothing but a testosterone fest or whatnot.
Right.
But that Hobbs and Shaw was ridiculous. Anytime you see a normal man hold a helicopter from taking off with his one hand and he's not a superhero, you got to give him something for that. Because there was some things that he did in that movie, and he's just a regular person that was just that was incredible. But yeah, but I think probably classics.
Terminator, the Terminator series, like Schwarzenegger is that Terminator kind of just.
That's probably Terminator is probably Schwarzenegger's crown jewel.
That's his crown jewel.
Yeah,
that's his crown jewel. He has some juniors and some Jingle All the Ways though. He was in there playing around. He has a, and you know what though? I'm finna throw you one. And this ain't number one or number two, or saying The Rock wasn't there, but I'm about to throw you one that I know you enjoy. True Lies.
Oh yeah, that's an excellent one. When that comes on now, I'll watch it.
Oh yeah, and I know why.
Jamie Lee Curtis was looking good, and so was Tia Carrera.
Hey, come on now. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, True Lies that one is. I say the Terminator series is his crown jewel, and True Lies is right under that.
True Lies right under that. Kindergarten Cop was cute. Total Recall hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some. So that's what I'm saying. That catalog, that's Schwarzenegger catalog, kind of heavy, boy.
Yeah. I didn't, for whatever reason, I didn't even think Schwarzenegger because I bodybuilding's a sport. But it didn't come. Now we just said action movie. I would have said I would have brought Schwarzenegger up. But as far as tying it with sports, it didn't set.
The bodybuilding.
It didn't click. Yeah.
His first movie. His first movie actually was about bodybuilding.
Yeah, Pumping Iron.
Pumping Iron. Yeah. His first movie was about Pumping Iron. Now, I will say this. That latest movie The Rock did, he getting some Oscar buzz. So,
which one was that?
Hold on. I got to get the name of it. I've been hearing he got some Oscar buzz.
Because I didn't know we had anything new out.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you 2 seconds.
I know one that he should have got a raspberry for was that dang Black Adam.
The Smashing Machine where he playing the wrestler.
Okay. That's not out yet though.
Yeah, that's been getting
it hadn't been released yet though.
Yeah, they saying it's gonna get some his acting skills.
Yeah,
like he might be trying to get one. So
yeah. Now, like I said, he should have got a Razzie Award for that dang Black Adam. Hot ass mess.
Oh man. But you know what? I think when those types of action heroes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Here's my parallel to that. I think when those types of action heroes cross over into the comic book lane, it don't hit quite right. Because remember Schwarzenegger as Dr. Freeze.
Dr. Freeze. Oh, Yeah, but those Batman series, those things, I ain't care for any of those.
See what I'm saying? Like
back then, I didn't care for any of those.
Jack Nicholson
those.
pulled that, even though he wasn't. So
Yeah.
and I think I was talking about some
but also as far as Black Adam, there's a DC movie. We already know we know DC, they just can't get right most of the time when they do
Batman
movies.
DC, right?
Yeah.
See,
but those Batman,
even though it was it's its own, you know what I'm saying? Because Batman still usually be able to, we ain't getting into another subject, but Batman usually be able to hold his own outside of whatever DC be doing. But at any rate, they were talking about how Arnold Schwarzenegger still play like $4.19 or something like that a year to keep his Dr. Freeze or whatever he was uniform outfit he got. But at any rate, that was some good stuff, man. As we close on our 2:05:47, this has been a No Jazz Show. And before I go, I'm just gonna ask Tank if he had any last words before we sign off for the evening.
I just got to hit refresh for not just for you, but for everybody listening, everybody watching, and we can revisit it next week.
Oh, we get to think about it.
Yeah, and we're gonna post it in the comments. We're gonna post it in any comments on any platform that you are listening to us on. And if you're join the No Jazz Facebook page, because I'm gonna post it in there also. That's NOJASS on Facebook. Now with the Michael documentary coming out into the theaters, and now we already know it could have been I'm Michael and these are the Jacksons. That's what they could have done, how they could have introduced the Jackson 5 and later when they became the Jacksons, because it was really Michael's vocals and his brothers, they were just in there because they were related. Now, what sports franchise, what sports team can you think of that had that one star and everybody else was just background? And I know there's one that people gonna say, but
okay, now you gotta say you can't say that one.
Yeah, you can't say that one.
You can't say that.
But you got other teams in any sport. What team has a Michael? Not that one. And it's everybody else. If you take away that person, that team is they're just some guys, they're just some players participating, but they're not finna get into things.
Somebody like, why don't you use my boy? Anybody come see you, Otis? The Temptations. Anybody come to see you, Otis? Why you use David Ruffin in the Temptations? Why you gotta use Jackson in the whatever motivates you? Who had a David Ruffin in the Temptations sports team?
Who had a breakout star that if you take them away,
in order not to even use him, I'm gonna have to go to hockey.
Yeah. So think on that for the next week, and next Tuesday we'll reconvene like that. We'll reconvene and we'll discuss it.
Go hit that refresh.
That's my last thoughts.
That's your last thought. Homework.
And your homework.
Homework. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but my last thoughts for the night are we did impose strikes this evening, and there's a whole lot of political talk going around, back and forth, etc. And I'm not getting into that because I don't want to get into that. But for my last thought, I just want to wish the families and send up prayers, I should say, to all the families on both sides of this situation. I even want to send up Prayers to them people over there that are against the new Democratic regime, against the new leadership, and for the new leadership. I want to send up a prayer to all the Americans who have wives, husbands, sons, daughters, grandfathers, whatever, involved in all of this conflict. Everybody who has to twirl their thumbs around in every political arena, who has to sit back and can't make decisions or go with decisions. I want to pray for y'all for all the things that you all have to go through. I want to pray. I want to pray for all of the private companies who know goddamn well y'all got that money back for these tariffs, and y'all still want to slap us over the head with the gas and these prices. I need y'all to be a little bit more lenient to the consumer. I want to pray, send a prayer out for the consumer, because I'm not one to be, oh, the country need to come together. Nah, that's not me. I actually love friendly debate. I actually love conflicting ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because it's those explosions, that help the engine run. So I'm cool, with the exception like maybe the violent part and a little bit of the slander and being a little too verbally aggressive with people. Like, if you state your opinion and peel back, don't take it personal. But I just wanted to just say, for that, nothing profound. I'm just sending out prayers to everybody, because it's most definitely a trying time, and I don't want to vibrate in that level of stress for anyone. So having said that, again, I send my prayers out to you. And this has been the No Jazz Show, NOJASSSHOW. I want to thank you all for coming out. I am your host, KD, and I also have my partner in time. I don't like to say crime, but my partner in time, Tank. It's been a wonderful show. I want to thank you all for coming out. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you all for those new subscribers that came out on YouTube. I saw about 9 of y'all hit tonight. That was kind of good, man.
Yeah.
Awesome work. I thank you all for doing that, and many more. Please, we can be found on Instagram at THE No Jazz Show, on YouTube at NOJASSSHOW, on our Facebook platforms at No Jazz Show. We are on X at No Jazz Show. Live Tuesday nights between 10 and 10:15. No Jazz Show. Make sure you catch us, man. It's a cool little concept, cool little show. Email us at NOJASSHOW@gmail about any topics that you want us to talk about. It's like freelance summertime now. You know what I'm saying? Basketball going on. March Madness about to come up. We're going to talk about all the sports, but we freelance. It's cool. Make sure, and also, whatever your topic may be, we may be able to throw that down on some hit refresh, because I don't know if you ever looked at the logo, but we welcome everybody. Hit that refresh button, because a lot of times it gives us an opportunity to give us education on things you might want us to talk about to help us all grow as a community. So having said all that, I want to do what we normally do around this time. Have Tank salute these people, and we are out of here.
Holla.